Hey, WizzD is here, and today's the day. We're gonna go head to head here with stimulus package and 10 Russians. As I had mentioned in a previous video, the descriptions are exactly the same, except they just made the font spread out more on one, but they are indeed one and the same. So if you've got two tins, or I might put a still picture in here and show you the descriptions, but they are exactly 100% the same description. Let me show you them though, because they definitely do not look the same. And by that, I'm gonna go with the build quality, if you will. And by that, I mean the build of this supposed crumble cake. This one is stimulus package, and it is, dare I say, fragile. I don't know if I can get it out without some of it coming off, but I'm gonna try for you. Okay, there we go. It is very loose and airy, and it is not at all densely packed. And just from that alone, I can tell you I was surprised. Oh man, it's just, there's stuff just falling out of this thing. It's a very loose sponge. It is not, in my opinion, as solid as a crumble cake should be. 10 Russians, on the other hand, almost dropped the lid there. Okay, I take this out and there's quite a difference. Quite a difference. Now the bottom is a little looser and shaggier, but the denseness of this versus the other one. Let's do them side by side now. Bear with me a second. It's just because this one is so, the stimulus package is just so loose and so, it's just like scary to handle. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Yep, there's a chunk about to come off. Oh boy. All right, well, yep, I just lost a piece. The whole bottom came off. So, perfect, I guess. Here's a stimulus package. Here's 10 Russians. Stimulus package is literally falling apart, as you can see. I don't want to waste any more tobacco, but so this was a little bit taller. Thus, this whole bottom piece, when I picked this up, it's completely separate. It completely separated. So, hope that helps you with what you. Oh, there's more that wants to come off. Let's not get these mixed up. Stimulus package is going back in. 10 Russians is back in. Lids. Okay. Wow. Yeah, so that was my first inkling that they were not the same. But the other thing is, so I've got an older, let me be completely transparent with you here. These are two newer tins. I usually just smoking aged stuff. These are both 2019 tins with 3 months on them or whatever. I mean, that's because I did not have a 10 Russians on hand. I do have an aged stimulus package tin, but I don't have a 10 Russians old enough to go with that. And I don't want to say, I'm not going to compare a 10-year-old tobacco with a 4 or 5 month old tobacco. So what I've got here, these are only about a month apart, or January and February, or something to that nature. So I said, let me just get newer tins. And they've been doing what I like to do with them, which is they've been cracked open and they've been airing out. And I've been drying them out since yesterday. Just enough for these little cobs here that I'm going to use. And so these bowls are already filled, and green 10 Russians, wrong, right? Green stimulus package, just like the tin, and pinkish red or whatever for 10 Russians. These are both similar size bowls, just tiny little samplers, if you will. I just filled them and charged them, and this way I can kind of go head to head with them, right? That's the plan. So 10 Russians is in here, stimulus package is in here. And I'm going to just get to it now. We should be pretty much ready to go here. So we're going to start with the 10 Russians. All right. Up and puffing on the 10 Russians. So I'll say this one's got, of course, the Latakia, right? We're comparing two blends that are basically, according to the tin, Latakia, Lover, Delight, whatever. So I'm going to go past, try to get past that. And I get spice. I get spice and spice and Latakia. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, so I get a hot, spicy Latakia. That's my initial impression of this. Definitely, it definitely leans towards the Lat Bomb category, if you will. And the heat is, I wouldn't really take too much, don't take that too much to heart, because I'm in this tiny little cob, so it'll be a different smoke out of a mirror, for instance, but this is for same kind of pipe comparison, so this is what I'm getting. And I'm just trying to taste the tobacco. I'm not trying to get too crazy with it here, especially on the fly like this, and one and another isn't going to be easy, but hey, we'll see if it works. All right. Now that I've got that kind of fresh, here's the stimulus package. A little smoother in my opinion. Not that the do I need to rephrase that or not is the question. Not that the 10 Russians was harsh. But I'm gonna say this does not seem as heavy as a blend. Okay, I'm gonna say this is more on the full side of medium, and I'm gonna say 10 Russians is the full-on full. Yeah, and I get the Latakia. The Latakia is almost a, it seems like a more fragrant and airier type of essence it's bringing to it, instead of the Lat Bomb essence that 10 Russians is bringing. Yeah, I feel like this is almost more, you can probably get away with smoking this, which is the stimulus package, on a more, or closer to empty stomach than an empty stomach. You probably don't want to smoke either on an empty stomach, but if you hadn't had a big meal or what have you, I think you can still get away with stimulus package. It's reminding me of private stock, Captain Earl's private stock, with the body, ramped up to a full-on medium, medium to full, and with a bigger dose of Latakia. But again, almost I feel like if you're a Latakia or an English smoker, this could be more of your any type of day, even though it's fuller. But if you're used to it, if you want to go up a notch from private stock, it's the stimulus package. I'm gonna go right back to 10 Russians now. Okay, there it is. So here's the main, besides the body and all that, and lat bomb versus not lat bomb. This 10 Russians. Okay, this is the 10 Russians. The depth of flavor is better. I almost, that straight puff from that one to this one, this brought me almost this is gonna sound crazy, like a real thick chocolate brownie taste. I got like a hint of almost like a chocolate or a cocoa or something. I know that sounds crazy, and I didn't taste that obviously when I was just smoking this. So maybe that's got something to do with it. Maybe, as you can try to compare blends, maybe it makes sense to take a puff of one and then the other, and you can really see the similarity. This is the first time I'm ever doing this. This is completely experimental. So I didn't know what to expect. I honestly thought it was going to be a total failure, because I'm like, how am I going to have 2 pipes lit? How am I going to keep them lit? And all that kind of stuff. But man, I just got a chunk of brownies, if you could believe it. It's a little breezy. Yeah, I just got it again, and I got it in the retro hell. So a deeper depth of flavor through the Latakia. You've got this, not just a smoky, but a really dense, earthy core. And there's the, the chocolate or whatever I thought I tasted. That is not present in the stimulus package. Let me get stimulus package lit. Oh, it's pretty good to go. Yeah. So definitely a lighter, thinner smoke. Oh yeah, and a thicker, more robust blend for sure. So there you have it, folks. Stimulus package is still recommended. 10 Russians, however, I would recommend if you're looking for really just an incredible depth of flavor. I gotta say, now that I'm doing it this way, and now that they've warmed up, and they've got their light going, and we're in the midst of these being, you know, just ready to go. The 10 Russians, I would pick 10 Russians over the stimulus package, even if it's simply for that depth of flavor factor and that thicker, creamier smoke. This is a thinner, airier, perhaps having to do with the shape of that cake, if you will. By the way, you saw that, so it appeared light and airy and loose, and so that could very well have played a factor into it. But if you're a lover of the Latakia leaf and full, rich smokes, 10 Russians, top notch. And stimulus package for the lighter side of things, if you will, but still enough smokiness to satisfy your Latakia urge. That's it for me. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was useful. And maybe I'll do more of these. I'm not sure. But this is going to be the last of the Captain Earls for me, at least for a while. Because those were all the blends that I have on hand, and that's what I think of them. And those were the ones I really wanted to kind of compare. So I am going to enjoy this very tasty, very creamy, very full-bodied 10 Russians. See you next time. Peace out.